Hello, my name is Jesus Castelló, and I am the author of blackbytes.info, the blog for Ruby developers. And in this video, I wanted to talk about object-oriented programming in Ruby. So I got a few questions about this. How does object oriented programming apply in Ruby? Okay, so that's what I want to help you with in this video. Let me start by saying that object orientation is everywhere in Ruby. Okay, Ruby is all about objects. You might have heard that everything is an object. Well, it really is. Okay, everything really is an object, as we see in a moment. So let me share my screen with you, and I will be sharing some examples. Okay, so let's do this. So you should be seeing my screen now with Pry. Okay, so let me create an string, and I claim that this is an object. How do you know that? Well, you can call methods on objects like this, and we can see what class we're working with the class method. Okay, so we can see that hello is a string, and a string is also an object. And you might not have this kind of output. I have this nice pretty output because I am using a gem called awesome print. Okay, I'm using the gem, and that's why I have this nice output. But usually just we get this string, which is what matters the most. Okay, so let's move on. So what other methods do you have? You can do things like size. You can do things like upcase. These all are methods, okay, methods that are defined on the string class. Okay, so let me show you another object that's very common in Ruby, and that's numbers. So I can take one. It might not look like an object, but it is. All of the numbers are objects. And what class it is? Well, it's fixnum. The class is fixnum, which inherits from integer. And here is a little bit of extra info for you. In Ruby 2.4, which is the latest version of Ruby, fixnum is gone and it's just integer. Okay, and that's used because we have both. Before Ruby 2.4 we have fixnum for small numbers and bignum for bigger numbers, and now they are combined. But that's just an aside besides the point I'm trying to make. Okay, just a little extra for you, which is always nice to know. Okay, so back to the topic. The topic is object-oriented programming. So we have objects and we have methods. Why is this important to know? Well, if we know the class of any object, then we can know what we can do with that object. That's why it's important. Okay, we can look up using documentation what methods are available, because methods allow you to do things with that object. You can give it orders, you can give it commands like upcase. You can tell it to save, like an active record object. You can tell it to save to the database. You can tell it to create a new entry on the database. These are commands These are methods. You can also ask questions. These are queries. You can ask the size of a string, okay? All of these are methods called on objects, okay? That's why it's important. And if we come here, this is the Ruby documentation, and we scroll down this little list here, we will come to this section where it says classes and methods. So if we go to classes, here is a little search box. We can type a string, we can type a class name, for example, string. And then we can click on here, and the documentation for the class string will open up. And first we have a little description of what the class is and what it does, okay? And then on the left, we have the method list. So these all of the methods, all of the things that the string can do, okay? And just another little aside is sometimes people don't know or ask what these symbols mean, the like the hash thing and the colon thing. So the difference is that these are instance methods, okay, meaning you need a string object to use, and colon are ob class methods, meaning you don't need an object, you use them directly on the class, like this example right here. You see it's a string.tryConvert. You're calling it directly on the class. But if we pick another one, like capitalize, we call this in an actual object from a string. It's not a string class, it's the hello string object. So that's the difference between the hash symbol methods, instance methods, and class methods. Okay? So that's how you use documentation. You can pick any method, learn more about it, read the description and the examples. Okay, so let me show you one more thing before we are done with this video. Okay, and I think you will find this very interesting. You haven't seen this before. So 1 plus 1, this looks very simple, very innocent, you could say. But what if I told you that this symbol is actually a method? What do you think? Well, let me show you a demonstration just in case you have any doubt. Okay, there we go. This and this are the same. So this is the regular syntax for calling a method. We do object dot method name, which is the plus, and the parenthesis for the parameter. Okay, but Ruby is nice and it lets you do this because you probably don't want to do this every time, right? That wouldn't be very fun to do. And also this is also a method, as you can see, you can do like 5 times 2. Okay, this is also a method for this. So this happens in a few places in Ruby with other kinds of methods that don't look like methods. Okay, so I let you discover those on your own. So there is, besides this that we have covered in this video, there are other object-oriented things like the classical concepts that also apply. These are things like inheritance, encapsulation, composition, things like that. These are all classic object-oriented concepts that also apply to Ruby. Okay, but I'm going to make a different video, another video, to focus just on those concepts. Okay, so I hope you look forward to that. So if you enjoyed this video, please like it, share it, and also go over my blog, blackbytes.info. That's blackbytes.info, and in there you will find many interesting Ruby articles that you will enjoy. Okay, and also sign up to my newsletter. Okay, so you don't miss any new content as it comes out. Okay, thanks a lot for watching. Bye.